So we're back. Sorry for the inconvenience there. Stream is back up. But we do have Aaron Giesler here in the booth. We were talking about the sport and what's needed to grow this game. And in the meantime, the score 40-6 now for the Dolphins. So they continue to find some success with their explosive players. How have you felt the games have gone so far?
No, I thought that the skill level on both teams have been amazing. You know, you see at this level that there's still a lot of learning that's being done by the athletes, and I thought the coaches have done a good job of putting the players in a great position. And sometimes, you know, the score goes one way or the other, but I think there's a ton of talent on the field, and I'm excited to see the future of these athletes.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's no question the level of play year after year is getting better, and I think that's a testament to the coaches and maybe the investment they're making in their own development along the way. And maybe you can talk about what sort of things can coaches do in Ontario to become more knowledgeable and maybe more equipped as they go out there in their seasons.
So I think it's really important first to understand that to be a really good coach, it's about being a really good mentor and being a really good role model for our athletes. And I think if that is first and foremost the focus of the personal growth for a coach, and that comes from finding good mentors in the space, going to talk to coaches that have been in and around that have had success, and going through the things that we try to encourage coaches to, NCCP courses and those things that we expect of coaches. And then the football thing, I think, is second. Like, learn the X's and O's afterwards, the skill development afterwards. But what's most important, can we give these athletes a really good experience? Can we encourage? Can we teach? Can we mentor? And the football stuff is pretty easy now. You can go on YouTube. We can find a million things now to coach, how to coach a quarterback, how to throw a ball. But what makes a really good coach is how you can teach a kid how to be successful for life.
Well, I think you're so right, because I remember growing up in Ottawa playing football from 9 years old on, and looking back at it now, I think there were some really great community leaders on our coaching staffs, but maybe didn't really understand or played that much football themselves. But I remember the impact that they made on me. I remember that I felt supported. I remember I wanted to come back and play the next year. So really, you have to ask yourself what the most important part is. And I think overall, sometimes in the heat of the moment, the competitive juices flow, but it's good to remind, I think, everyone that this really is about the kids and being community leaders and building the right values into these young boys and girls.
100%. And every one of these athletes on this field, they're going to remember the experience and the people. They're not necessarily going to remember the score at the end of the day, because for any of us that are here that have been in the sport, the reason that we keep coming back is because somebody else gave us an opportunity and gave us an experience and a memory. And I hope that the same will happen for these kids, because there'll be a strong handful of them that one day will say, I want to become a coach, or help out with my local club because I was given an opportunity. And that's what we just hope for these kids.
Absolutely. I think it happens so often. I mean, I think we're living proof of that. So here we go, third down for Cornwall. Overall, I think Cornwall struggled to mitigate the offense and the offensive prowess of the Durham Dolphins. But here on that play, they're still taking shots deep, and they're going to fight right to the end, I'm sure, as most Cornwall teams do.
Jesse, someone who's been in the Ottawa area and seen the growth of NCAFL, talk to me a little bit about the Cornwall Wildcats. So they have 3 teams here at the Tier 1 level, and what they have been able to do under their organization and from a small community to be as successful as they are in the Ottawa region. Give me some insight on why they're so successful.
Well, I mean, I'd have to say that it comes with leadership, right? Kirby Camplin has been the president of the Cornwall Wildcats organization for, I want to say, over 15 years now. So, he has 3 young boys that have come through the program. I think the last one is finishing Bantam right now, which is the U16 level in Ottawa. And what I see and what I've heard from all the coaches, I've known Kirby for over 12 years or so myself, but the coaches that I talk to say that they like to coach for him as a president because he's not really a micromanager. He will really empower his staff to kind of make the decisions. Sure, he'll be guided with oversight and support, but overall, he will empower people. And I think he empowers the players, he empowers the coaches, and the results come from that. So, really, because of the small market, it really is impressive how he's gotten the community rally around them. They have lots of sponsorship. They attract players from not just in Cornwall, but the extended region around them. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of a 24/7, 365-day job for a guy like Kirby, because he's got summer programs, he's got the fall programs, they play in the CAFA.
But they have a strong flag program too that they put on.
And a strong flag program. And I think if I were to say one of the main reasons that they have success, it would have to be that he doesn't get clogged down in the wrong things. He really is good at triaging what he should deal with, what he should delegate, and kind of staying out of his own way. So he does a very good job of that, I believe.
So, and I think that's it's good feedback for people to understand what it takes to run a successful organization. It's about people, right? And being able to engage people, include people, and to be able to empower people to take a role in this. And that, I think, has been one of the most successful things over the past few years in Ontario, is that we've been trying to empower as many people as we can that care about this sport and want to see it succeed, to help it grow. And I think what you're seeing today and the success of these programs is because of great people across this province. And that's only going to grow. And I know we kind of alluded to it, but we're an Olympic sport now, with flag football being in the Olympics. So, there's many athletes here on the field that, yes, they're tackle athletes, but they're football players.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that we can see some of these football players be showcased on the Olympic stage.
100%. How exciting is that? That's 2028 in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, yeah, it's exciting. We've never been an Olympic sport, and this is our first, process into that, and it opens up so many doors for the sport in general, but for the athletes and for coaches and for officials. And what we hope is that what it does for the other sports is it gets kids into the game and gets excited for football. So there's a lot of positive things on the horizon for football, and every year we keep seeing great engagement, and I don't see it slowing down anytime soon.
Well, you've definitely done a lot in your short tenure as executive director of Football Ontario, so wish you great success moving forward. And we're just ended the third quarter, so 40-6 Durham's up over Cornwall Wildcats. We're going to step aside for a moment, and we will be back with you for the fourth quarter and the conclusion of this U12 Tier 1 championship game.
And the OFFL. Exquisite designs, lasting memories. Please visit baronrings.com for more information. Area 51 Sports is a proud supporter of Football Ontario. We're football experts and have a solution for any level of play. Visit our website for more info. Baron Championship Rings is the
complete to Xavier Terry. Penalty marker on the play as well. You see a freedom? But is it coming back? Grasping the face mask against the Dolphins. We'll go back 15 and repeat first down. Or are we rolling? next, man. Oh, no, you're talking about rowboat, right? Yeah, no, it's right. Yeah, no, it's right.
Jaden Tuckey in for the Dolphins again as they start to pour it on here. But you gotta know that when you got your defense out there, as long as the Wildcats have, it's a matter of time. It's erosion. So they're doing a great job sticking in this. It's always tough players coming from Cornwall, so you know that they'll keep their chins up and finish. But I think we're starting to see the Dolphins really kick it into overdrive. And there's still full quarter here. So Cornwall will have to do its best to slow this offensive attack down. But just to talk about those brothers, the two Tuckey brothers, you know, unbelievable what they've been able to do here. And just U12 players right now. So it's going to be exciting to see them move into the U14 division, and maybe some of these players on the Ontario Summer Football League. So lots of names that I've personally heard here today and will be looking for in the future. So the kickoff finds a hole, and it's actually touched. I believe the Dolphins have recovered it. Yes, they have. So really an unfortunate turn of events for Cornwall, especially when this Dolphins offense is producing like it is. You know, this defense, it's not getting much help here from their special teams or offense. But it's good. You know, this is what provincial level football is about. Sometimes at the end of the season, you know, things start to really gel and come together. Sometimes it's, you know, it's a long season and it really starts to feel like the dog days of football. So you really don't know what to expect coming into a big game like this, and it can go one way or the other, and today it looks like it's going well for the Dolphins and the opposite for the Wildcats. So Dolphins back on offense, and they've got number 99 into the action. So Emily Ned gets the touchdown for the Dolphins, and now this is getting a little away. What we'll be watching here now, if the score as it is just kind of the sportsmanship, and we hope to see some good sportsmanship for the rest of this game. And you know, that's what it's about as a young player, boy or girl, doesn't really matter. You know, you're learning how to deal with defeat. You're learning how to be humble with success, and you know, these are the skills that we hope that these young players are starting to adopt and learn how to navigate. But don't go anywhere. At the end of this game, we've got another Tier 2 U14 matchup. The Bel Air Lions and the Niagara Generals. And then the Tier 1 championship at U14 as well, which will finish off the weekend. So lots of great, exciting football ahead of us still. And we appreciate everyone's patience with the internet. We're putting up internet in a very old press box here, so we're doing our best. So when that drops down, I encourage you all just to refresh the TYSN YouTube channel, and you'll find the new stream that we get up as soon as we can. So the kickoff again is handled a little bit difficultly. Cornwall having some difficulty handling that kickoff.
Holding against Durham, moves it up 10 yards. Now, 43.
Want to also give a shout out to Quest Awards, who are supporting Football Ontario and a number of leagues and clubs across the province with their end of season trophies and medals. Here's a big pass over the middle by Cornwall, and it's intercepted by number 4 on the Dolphins. That's Inez Niven-Smith. Here we'll just see how he cuts in front of the offensive player, kind of catches it to his side. Nice play by the Dolphins defensive back. So Dolphins with the ball again. You know, with 6.5 minutes left, they're going to go to the air still. But that's a pass. Could have been backwards, but it's just on the line there. They call it dead.
As we are winding down, we will have post-game presentations of players of the game, as well as the banner for winners. Parents, you are asked to stay in the stand, get in the stand. During this time, not meet players until after they come out of the locker rooms. Thank you for all of your efforts in this regard.
Don't worry about the score anymore.
And the Dolphins still passing, despite the huge lead they have. But Casey Holmes, the quarterback for the Dolphins, tucking it and running.
These are the listed quarterbacks for the Dolphins. Quarterback 2.
My Siri's going off on my phone here. They're listening to us, I tell you. I'm going to get some Miami Dolphins ads tonight when I'm scrolling through my Facebook feed. So there's a huge run by Phillips again. And I think, you know, if we're at that point when we're starting to talk about who was responsible for kind of getting this Dolphins team going early on, I have to give it to either Phillips or Tucky with that first touchdown catch. But really, you know, it was a pretty close game right up to halftime. And then the Dolphins just started to get bigger chunks every time they ran the ball. And I think that's just the defense getting tired, maybe a little discouraged. But it's great to see all the referees, the officials. Lots of female officials the last few years have joined the ranks, signed up to be Ontario Zebras, and run with the herd. And I think, you know, events like the Fall Cup, as Aaron Giesler said, is really an opportunity to get the whole football community together and chatting, getting familiar with each other. A lot of times it's the same players and parents seeing each other at these tournaments. So Dolphins try the right side this time and get a few yards, but that's going to bring up third down for them.
6-yard gain brings up 3rd and 4.
Never know. Sometimes it's faster, sometimes.
So another short run by the Dolphins. They're up by a substantial margin in the score. At the U12 level, it's really not that much of consideration. I mean, it's been a great game, but things that I'm personally looking at now is just the no quit in the Cornwall Wildcats defenders. And, you know, they're going to come out of this game feeling accomplished of, you know, the amazing season they've had, winning the National Capital Amateur Football Association Mosquito level at the U12 age group. And now get an opportunity to really, the privilege of seeing a really good Dolphins team here and getting a crack at them. So Dolphins with another run, they fumble, but they jump back on the ball successfully. So I think that will be enough for another first down. But the clock now running, time, 1:31 left. So this game will end shortly. I'm going to do my best to call these next two games. Going solo here, and I hope you're enjoying the coverage. Another shout out to 519 Sports Online. Go follow them on their YouTube channel. Got over 10,000 subscribers. TYSN's trailing them, trying to do the same. There's a timeout on the field. But yeah, you can help us. This is how you can help kind of the growth of the sport and the media side. If you're interested in getting involved, covering a game, being a correspondent, being a videographer, photographer, we've got assignments for you. We've got places for you to set up throughout the province and really cover the sport at the level that we're hoping to be able to do. If you're anyone that wants to become an official, you can go to the Ontario Football Officials Association, ofoa.ca, and sign up to be an Ontario Zebra. Get on the field for the flag season starting this spring. And of course, if you want to coach, you reach out to any of your local associations or clubs. Cornwall back with the ball here. Out of the shotgun. And they're going to hand the ball off. And number 6 going to weave in and out and get the outside. And he's going to high step into the open. Maybe a little too late, but John Thomas Nadeau going the whole distance and adding to their highlight reel. So that missed, at least that will make things feel a little bit better. And what a run. We've said Nadeau's name a lot today. Extra point. Practice for number 18. That's Luke Nadeau, the brother of Jean Thomas. So the two brothers contributing to the points there. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The Durham Dolphins are your Tier 1 U12 Provincial Championship champions in the Ontario Fall Football League and the Fall Cup. We're going to step aside briefly and come back for the final award ceremony. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage, and we'll see you in a minute.
Free OK Tire store, you'll find a local owner who lives in your community, proudly offering full auto service. And when you shop with us, you're shopping local. OK Tire. Service, repair, and tires. It's going to be okay.